So guys, I didn't breed a lot of stuff this year. I'm cutting back. I'm trying to reassess my projects, and at some point we're gonna start, talking about the different animals that we're working on. Reassess. But I love retics, so I still have to breed some retics. And some of the thought was, if I don't breed some of my retics, they're going to lay bad eggs anyways, just like my ball pythons will. Sometimes you don't breed them, they're just gonna lay in fertile clutches because you're already kind of going through the thing. They already know what's going on, and if I don't breed them, they're gonna have junk. But look at this. My ultimate life form. Boogly boo, the whatever retic. So sometimes things go wrong. What can I tell you about this snake? Well, I would say that this animal, sometimes we have eggs where the albumin comes out green, and that's a lot of times Pseudomonas aeruginosa. It's a gram-negative bacteria, very, very common bacteria. This is not the case here. So for some reason, the outside spectacle of this little guy, I don't know if they weren't formed correctly. So let's say the outside spectacle wasn't made, and so we have like the eye without the spectacle. So this is going to be interesting, but this is a leucistic snake. I have other leucistic snakes in the clutch. Look at that. How do you get that? How
do I get that close?
Yeah, that's fisheye lens.
Okay, kind of, sort of.
Okay, so I'm going to clean this one off, but we can come back to this. His name is Elmo.
Hi.
Elmo, and he's just a leucistic. Just a leucistic. Just a leucistic.
No, he's not just leucistic. Ew.
There's a little bit of drooling.
All right, so
I didn't drool.
What is he? What do you think he is?
So a blue-eyed leucistic. So it's a super phantom, and then there's platinum and tiger stuff. I have to go. I've been so busy, guys. We are in a heat wave, and heat is really tough here at Nerd. It's been like 98 degrees out here. My walk-in freezer, I'm having all sorts of different problems due to the heat, so I don't actually get to see what's going on. So this is my first time ever laying eyes on this, and Andy laid his eyes on this snake before I did, and he goes, hey, let's go talk about this little snake. I also want to make sure people know I have updates on my turtle with the butt, and I have the Longicauda boa with the face, and then I have an, ew, look at that, primordial.
Kevin just got slimed. Oh, it's still going.
But he's so cute.
Oh, he's coming out. So, do you think this snake's gonna make it?
Yeah.
He's gonna make it, so you think you can just clean up the eyes?
Even if he doesn't have eyes, he's gonna still be an awesome snake.
That would be
That's the way I am, guys. I tell you, little deformities. I mean, I like you so much, and you're very
true.
Full of problems.
I don't know if you guys can see how sweaty I am right now.
Yeah.
It is disgusting.
Okay,
it is so hot. Some background. This is that clutch. Those are all the ones that have already hatched. There's 2 guys in here still waiting to hatch, and then these are all the guys that have come out so far. So in a minute, we're going to talk about what all of these are, because obviously there's quite a few different color combos in here.
Okay, so the one good thing is I don't see any other problems, any deformities. So remember, guys, when you breed snakes, things happen. You have developmental things, let's say temperature fluctuations. So sometimes those ovum are already being challenged. So when she ovulates, things aren't quite right. Maybe the resources aren't enough. All these different things, or there's genetic issues. In this clutch, I don't see really any genetic things like that. I think this is an anomaly, and I'm gonna take this little guy out that's been shitting. Oh, look at you. You look perfect. That's gross. All right, let me clean that out. It's kind of cold turkey what I'm actually looking at. So we have some tiger stuff with phantom. So tiger, phantom, platinum. So platinum, which is literally the heterozygous for ivory, which is a form of leucism. And then we have phantom, and phantom is the visual heterozygous for the full homozygous blue-eyed leucism.
And can you talk about real quick, what is heterozygous, what is homozygous, what do those mean?
So when we say heterozygous, so if we look at like a tiger retic is literally the visual het for super tiger. So homozygous is the full expression. So if I say something is het, and we're looking at incomplete dominance, so let's say we're looking at Phantom. So Phantom has an interesting look. This is like a tiger Phantom right there, and another tiger Phantom. So these are two double hets in theory. These are incomplete dominants. So we have tiger Phantom and tiger Phantom. The super expression of that would be a blue-eyed leucistic, which is beautiful white snake, and a super tiger. And so this right here, this little blue-eyed leucistic, it looks like it's got red eyes, could also, this could be a blue-eyed leucistic ivory super tiger. Who even knows? It's really tough. So I can show you right here. So that's an ivory. So that is another form of leucism, and that is the super expression of platinum. Okay, here we go. I'll show you. All right, there's a little too much going on here. Oh, we got stuff over here going too. We'll leave, that's Elmo, as we know. Okay, so let's take a look. This is Phantom, so it's Phantom Stripe. So I'm the originator of this. And this does not look like the classic wild type reticulated python. And it's an incomplete, yeah, see, we're screwed now. It's an incomplete dominant gene. So it means that heterozygous looks different than the wild type. So Phantom Stripe is the het for blue-eyed leucism. So if I go grab, let's say you're, oh goodness gracious. No one's cooperating.
Hey,
yeah. Aw, baby boy.
I just wasn't expecting it. He did.
Yeah, it happens. All right, guys, come here. Although this is ivory, I see ivory. So we can tell that's ivory because we got the little yellow thing on the head. See that? I can't believe your camera can do that. Perfect. So the het for this ivory is platinum. I'm trying to find you a blue, there we go. Heterozygous, visual heterozygous, incomplete dominance. So incomplete dominance means the first generation I produce animals that do not look normal. They're incomplete. They're incomplete for the full expression. The full expression is this blue-eyed leucistic combo, and that is homozygous. Homozygous is as far as that gene can take you. It's fully expressed. So if I breed a homozygous super to a normal, I produce Phantom Stripe. If I breed a Phantom Stripe to a normal, half the babies in theory are Phantom Stripes, which are heterozygous, and half the other babies are normal. They don't have any of the genes whatsoever. We can take the same logic and we do albinism. So like an albino reticulated python, albino ball python. If I take an albino ball python and I breed it to a normal, all resulting babies are heterozygous, but they look normal. And that's called simple or recessive. Simple recessive means that they take the back seat to the dominant wild type, whereas a Phantom Stripe is incomplete dominant, which means it shows itself as a het the first time. So that's a little bit of genetic stuff. I actually write books on this.
Link in the description.
So this happens, guys. Absolute reality. Sometimes things aren't right. Like when I was born, I'm autistic and I'm just not exactly fully right, but who cares? It's fine. And I know it. So this little snake is not fully right. So we have a developmental thing. This could be something that this animal will not live with, but I'm going to show you just something. It's horrible. Its head's normal and everything like that. But the problem is here is digestion, because we don't know what's going on there, and his belly is fused. We have a herniated umbilicus right there. And you know, it's a sad reality. What happens? I can euthanize this little guy and it becomes cobra food. That's generally, I don't hatch a lot of deformed stuff, but occasionally I do. There's this one, which I think is life limiting, and then we have Elmo, and Elmo's fine. Elmo, I don't know if we're going to be able to recover Elmo's eyes, there's a good chance that I can get that to slough off and shed. And we have, you know, function. I mean, there's eyes underneath it. It's functioning. It's the spectacle. It's the outer spectacle. Was it fully formed properly, or will it still form and repair itself after a couple sheds? So that's a really interesting thing to actually investigate.
And we can keep you guys informed.
Oh yeah, we can totally keep you guys abreast. If that kink wasn't so bad, I would easily love to find a home for that. That's gonna probably be a digestive problem. And of course, you know, sometimes when animals are born and they're missing eyes, or like Snarfles has a little cleft lip, they don't, there's nothing to them. They don't suffer. They're functional and they can do stuff. And generally, those animals are endearing to me a lot of times, or I want those animals to go to some, you know, great little home. And I always encourage everybody to have as much empathy for animals as possible, because these animals really, in many cases, have such challenging lives. And, you know, the life of a human is always so much more important than nature, the environment, and animals. And I'm kind of really having a problem with that. All right, well, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I want to hear your comments. And I do want to address the subscriber aspect of our channel. We're trying to figure out ways just to kind of like build things and give some people a little bit more. I really need to do Patreon, but Andy came up with the idea about the sub service and
memberships. Memberships.
Okay, memberships.
Yeah, memberships different than subscribing.
Eddie came up with the idea of memberships, because Kevin is so stupid, he says subs.
Memberships, because I want you guys, I love my audience, and I love the fact that you guys put a lot of faith in me, and you guys are just very, very supportive of me, because things are tough. And I'm not gonna live this, you know, oh, everything's absolutely great and stuff like that. I'm definitely struggling in a lot of ways. And I try to keep the motivation going, and it's really hard. Money's really tough. This place is super expensive. I have a huge amount of challenges. And I love to do videos and see you guys with positive things. Knowing you guys are getting positive things is important, but I want to make something a little bit special to the people that are a little bit more involved, and that's what Andy's doing. So if you guys are members, I so appreciate it. We're going to figure out what to do with you. And I want to do like a live thing with you guys and have you guys ask me questions and interrogate me and see what's in my brain and see if I can actually help you guys do something better with your animals, and you can benefit from all the mistakes this guy makes. Thanks.